In the background of previous session, especially Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, Jyotir to Amritam, and Amritam to what he explained, going beyond Sat, going beyond existence and non-existence and total merger. For that, we will go back to the Ishavasya Upanishad, 16th verse, after several years. Okay. Today is no session, there is nothing, just few verses from Ashtavakra Gita. That's it. You remember Pushne 2013 or 14? The verse goes like this. Pushne Karshe Yama Surya Prajapatya Vyuha Rashmi Samuha Teja Yate Rupam Kalyanatamam Tate Pashyami Yosya Vasau Purusha Sa Aham Asmi. That is, O Pushan, that is the sun. Pushan means nourisher. Okay. O soul seer, O controller of all, Surya, son of Prajapati, disperse thy rays and gather up thy burning light. I behold thy glorious form, the Purusha within thee, he and I. 3 stages has been explained. Observe carefully. I behold thy glorious form, duality. The Purusha within thee, still some amount of sattvic ego is left out. The total merger has not taken place. Last, Purusha Sa Aham Asmi, he and I am he. There is no division. When the division is gone, the merger has taken place beyond existence, non-existence. I am the Purusha in thee. Earlier, okay, you see, Acharya describes like this. When he goes to the last lines, he says, the wave that has realized itself understands and experiences the ocean. The ghost that has rediscovered the reality becomes the post. Man experiencing Godhood himself, the immortal God. This paragraph is very important. Just for the purpose of elucidation and to re-emphasize the most important point here, we must, through a repetition, again draw the reader's attention to a subtler. Okay. First, the meditator cries out, I am seeing his auspicious nature. And thus, he hushes himself into the silence of joy, thundering, he and I. In the earlier exclamation, the ego lingers, and therefore he is seeing the described. And what was described, what was explained in the Drishya Viveka, what was explained in many other things, whatever you can see or you can experience, that is not the ultimate truth. Any experience is ego. Only when you transcend everything, you reach there. So he says, when I am seeing his auspicious nature, okay. So he sees the experience, but that connection is unstable, it says. Again, that see the I contain and contain see the I comes here. What Acharya is saying is, Chinmaya is saying is that he is not telling I am he. When you say I am he, the I comes first. There can be an ego factor. So what is the exclamation at the last merger with the Om? It is Purusha Saha Aham Asmi. He am I. There is a plethora of difference in the expression between I and he. I, what does that I denote exactly? Till the time you have crossed this thing. Bhavasagara, crazy time, you have crossed the core issue of the human being covered in the day before yesterday's satsang, avidya. Till the time the avidya has been transcended, has been rent asunder. When you say I, there can be a question mark. What does that I mean? So here that possibility is ruled out. In that ultimate merger, Jyoti Amritam Om, He am I. That means there is nothing other than He. That means there is nothing other than that. This is the perfect Advaita. As long as I say I am He, I. We say I have experienced the bliss. I have experienced this thing. My experience, it was super. I, me. What is it I? So when you rule out the possibility of I, when you say he and I, when you say he, your I has gone. Because he is, that is what the first verse started with in the Isha Upanishad, Ishavasya. So when you say he, the entire creation has folded itself into that he or that. There is nothing else, nothing other than that. Ultimately, Saha Aham Asmi also goes. That is full stop. So, like he explained in that bhajan, Hari Subramaniam explains that Danava Bhanjana. Danava Bhanjana Dino Dharana. That stages, he's explaining this thing. First, he's telling to the nourisher, this thing, let me see, hide yourself, let me see properly. Then the next stage comes, he says, yes, I am seeing you. Then ultimately that I goes, then the last stage comes. Prema Sagara, merger takes place when it says, Purusha Saha Aham Asmi. Janians. Gurudev. Many part which he whispered day before yesterday, all of them are here. Ekam Sat. Few portions he will. Yeah, what he told that day, all these things are not given in any commentary of Asatoma Sadgamaya. Nowhere. Nowhere. He purposely took out the Asat and Sat, and he said at the last, he said that in the merger after Amritam, the Amrit, oh, that is the Yajnavalkya's reply, beyond the manifest and manifest. He said, oh. And then after the Om, silence, 41st minute, meditation, silence. So what he said, that is beyond Sat and Asat, beyond existence and non-existence here. Now, 20 minutes before he picked up this book, experience of Jivan Mukta from Tejo Bindu Upanishad, from various Upanishad Acharya has given. This portion he will read out. I am of the nature of Atmic bliss, true bliss, and one who plays with my Atman. I am Atman and Sadashiva. My nature is Atmic spiritual effulgence. I am the essence of the Jyotis of Atman. I am without beginning, middle, and end. I am like the sky. I am solely Sat, Ananda, and Chit, which is unconditioned and pure. My nature is beyond form. What he told yesterday, creation is projection of names and forms. And that which without the three Vedas has nothing to do with the forms, names and forms. My nature is beyond form. My form is supreme Akasha, if you may say, because from Akasha, in the Akasha meditation, you transcend the Akasha, you drop the Akasha. Like a hot brick, you cannot hold on to. In the meditation, the climax of the space meditation, you drop it. It cannot be dropped like the Dino Dharana gradually. Then realization, experience will not happen. You will have to hold, you will have to focus on the space. Like in the Krishna Jnana, we focused on Krishna and we went beyond the world. So this is the process where all the entire creation goes and merges in the Akasha meditation, and ultimately what happens? It has to, that moment of realization that has to be just drop like this. Drop. And what happens? Entire creation has folded. That all other four elements had also come in, merged in that, and suddenly in that climax of the meditation, at that moment, particular momentless, secondless second, that is just dropped. Then whatever you are at that timeless time, that is the essence. Now he says, I am ever replete with consciousness without the attachment of the body. And where is that Sat Asat coming? Where is this? Yeah, it is in the Maitreya Upanishad. Everything is the same, ultimately. I am Shiva, auspiciousness. I am neither dual nor non-dual. I am without the dualities of heat and cold. I am neither existence nor non-existence. I am without language. I am the shining. I am the glory of void and non-void, yet beyond void and non-void. I am the good and the bad. I am everything, Nipipur. Everything is me. Good and bad. The bad happens because of the clouding of the that was not explained in that pour from the temple. Yesterday, what he said, when the pure sattva is dominated by, clouded by rajas or tamas, then your inner sat, it confirms all wrong things as right. When you are existing as pure sattva, then your inner sat, whatever it confirms, that is also satya. That is the difference. Okay. So I am good and bad, I am void and non-void. The subtlety, no, it is very difficult to understand. Yet beyond all, I illumine everything. That is why a bad fellow says that whatever I have done is good, that I have, that is the illumination factor. That it illumines everything. Sun illumines everything. Sat illumines everything. It is up to our nature, rajas or tamas or sattvic, that what we connote or what we mean as right and what we mean as wrong. What to say? I am Sattvika. All he explains and he says, I am Sattvika. That means whatever I confirm, that has to be Satya. I am without the difference of Sat and Asat. I am without the difference of manyness. I am the form of immeasurable bliss. Goes on and on. Kaivalya Upanishad. Me alone. All exist in me alone. All merge into me alone. I am the atom of atoms. So I am the biggest of all. Anod Aniya. Mahatomai. I am the Guru who revealed the Vedanta. I have no sins or virtues. Here, he transcends the sins and virtues and goes beyond. From the Uttarakashi in this statement. So, if you are still bothered about good or bad, if you are still in the realm of good and bad, know that all is void, non-void, good, bad, everything is me. So, leave all the matter and catch me. And you travel, I am waiting there. When you come there, then what I will say, I am neither good or bad, nor void or not. Very difficult, very subtle to experience this. You can know, but you cannot experience. I have no birth, body, organs of sense and action. To me, there is no earth, water or fire. There is no vayu. There is no akasha. There he said, I am akasha. In the realm of your understanding, finite understanding, I am akasha. You come, you run along with me to Uttarkashi. You reach there and you exist with me. I am not akasha. With intellectual mind, if you read both contradictions, where you will be. He who thinks Paramatman as being in the cave of the heart, as having no form, as being soundless, as being the witness of all, and as being neither Sat Asat, again confirmation of Saturday Pur, Friday Pur, attains the pure nature of Paramatman. For the joy of it, we will just read out 5. This chapter contains just 5 verses. What is a title? Tranquil Self. With that we will end. This was just for testing action. Acharya has given this. Mai Ananta Maham Mahabhuto Vishwaput Itah Tatah Brahmati Shwanta Vatena Na Mamastya Asahishnuta. In me, the shoreless ocean, the arc of the universe moves here and there, driven by the wind of its own mind, the universal mind. I am not impatient about it. Let it move. Janaka realizes that the disturbances in the individual life and in the universal life around are all illusory confusions projected by the individual mind and the universal mind. Moving here and driven by the wind of its own mind, individual mind. Okay, Pragya or universal mind, Hiranyagarbha. The royal saint naturally confesses, I am not impatient on witnessing all these disturbances in the world, arising all these movements, alola kallola, arising out of the disturbances of the mind. I am not impatient. I have nothing to do about all these things. No wise man is impatient either with the disturbances around him or at the daily stories of achievements and failures of the world of his era. This ever-changing phenomenal world and its ceaseless modifications do not affect the self the least. If you want any confirmation on this statement, Ajnani, ever-changing phenomenal world and its ceaseless modification do not affect the self the least. Any more confirmation required? No, this was the one he told. Mai Ananta Mahabodho Mam Jagat Vichi Swabhavata Udhetu Vasta Mayatu Name Vridhirna Cha Chati. In me, the limitless ocean, let the waves of the world arise and vanish spontaneously. I experience neither increase nor decrease thereby. The title of this chapter is Tranquil Self, Changeless Self. Chinmaya is quoting another Shankara's line in Viveka Chudamani. He says, there is no ignorance beyond the mind. The mind alone is ignorance, the cause for all sorrows of change. When it is destroyed, all are destroyed. When it projects, everything is Manameva Manushyana. So, having rent asunder the mind eternally, the Jnani Janaka says, I experience neither increase nor decrease. Increase or decrease can happen to an object, a vastu, desha kala vastu paricheda. Nothing happens to me. Next, I am the profoundly tranquil and formless. In this knowledge alone, I am. The self is not in the object, nor is the object in this self, which is infinite and taintless. Hence, it is free from attachment and desire. It is tranquil. In this knowledge alone, I abide. Eta eva aham astita. In this knowledge alone, I abide. He ends with this, oh marvelous, I am really pure consciousness. The world is like a magic show. Hence, how and where can there be any notion of rejection or acceptance in me? Katam kutra heyo padeya kalpana. Where can be the notion of acceptance and rejections in me? Nothing in this world can either attract or repel a man of wisdom. He is in perfect detachment, continuously enjoys this free show of the seeing universe of multiplicity around him. To him, the world show is a fantasy created by his mind with its imagination. There is no reality in it, though it apparently is available for the time being for the perception. The attitude of the wise helps him even while he is functioning in the world for the guidance of the community. O man of pure intelligence, with mind at rest, though restlessly working outside, as an apparent doer outside, but really as a total non doer within, play about in the world of activities and achievements. Abiding in the self, men of wisdom apparently function in the world outside, though in their depths they are ever actionless, ever. Few lines. Which one was that? Yesterday he was seeing, he wanted to share. Which one is that? It starts as a song actually. Yeah. For Brahmanyani. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. There is one God. Obviously, he would have sung this to a proper Shruti and to a proper rhythm. That is the beauty of Swamiji. There is one God, only one God, nameless is He, formless is He. Satchitananda are His attributes. He pervades in all shapes and forms. Self-luminous, self-contained, self-created is He. Self-sustained, self-knowledge, self-existent as He. Support of the world, mind of all minds. Breathe of all breaths, womb of Vedas, eye of all eyes, ear of all ears. Listener is He in all ears. Listener is He in all ears. Silent witness, pure consciousness, indestructible, all full is He. Infinite bliss, imperishable, infinite, inner self is He. Light of all lights, Son of all sons, King of all kings, Lord of all lords. In of Vedas, I adore, him I approach. Lotus of the heart, on him I meditate as Shiva Kevaloham. This is about the Lord, he says, and about this state which he has reached to exist. I have come out of this cage of flesh. I am resplendent. My spiritual wealth is inexhaustible. I am immortal. I am all pervading bliss consciousness. I am infinite, eternal, self luminous. All the Devatas, they adore me. Vedas is my breath. This whole universe is my exhalation. My state is ineffable. Wish is I does not open to the creation and wish you and me are in this state the whole day. Bound by time space. We have to end.